like to call to order the regular meeting of the Frankfort Plant Board on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025 at 5 o'clock in the community room at the FPB Administration Building. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Member DeLong? Here. Member Mason?
Here.
Member Dutton Mitchell? Member Dutton Mitchell?
She's here.
Oh. Here. Member Snyder?
Here.
Member Cuban?
Here. Before we do the next item, I just wanted to mention, apparently we had an employee, Brett Smith, and his mom died in the London tornado this week, so remember him. So, next item, number 2, financials, Mr. Denton.
Do the minutes first.
Oh, the minutes, I'm sorry, yeah. Do we have everybody should have the minutes in front of them. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes for the April 15th, 2025 board meeting?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Minutes adopted. Next item, financials. Mr. Denton.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Board. In your board packet tonight, what we have for you is the full suite of financial reports for the 10 months through April 30th, 2025. Got your statement of net position, your cash and investment schedules, got your loan schedules, statement of cash flows, statement of revenue, expense, and change in net position for all divisions and departments, and check register for 2 most active bank accounts. Kind of what we've walked through the last several months is still holding. When you look at your net position, the biggest item on there is the amount of investment that the plant board is putting into capital infrastructure this year. So for the first 10 months of the year, the plant board has put $14.5 million of investment back in infrastructure. Property, plant, and equipment, 63% of our total assets. So that's really the story when you look at the balance sheet. As far as the statement of revenue, expense, and change in that position, we are still doing well considering our budget figures. When you look at year over year, we are up slightly on revenue and just slightly below that percentage on expenses. So everything is in line with expectations within reason. And we're actually moving, kind of looking forward to the next budget year, 2026. In front of you tonight, we've delivered the first draft of the fiscal year 26 budget. That's the July 1/25 through June 30/26, along with the supplemental schedule or supplemental report that kind of goes through a little more explanation of the numbers in the packet. So we have those for you. I believe our public meetings have been scheduled for June 12th at 10. I think it's 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. Yeah.
And then, so those are public meetings scheduled. I know we've had some meetings with board members on the water division and also some on payroll. So if anyone would like to meet on the electric or telecom or any of the admin departments, we'd be happy to meet. A little update on where we are with our audit for this current fiscal year. That would be the year ending June 30, 26. Our auditors will be here the first week of June for preliminary audit testing. They come in and do some things before the end of the year, so that it'll kind of move things along whenever they start, usually at the end around August. So got a lot going on in the financial realm. I'd be glad to answer any questions about April or the budget.
Mr. Chairman, so I'll make a motion to accept the financials from April 30th, 2025.
We have a motion to accept the financials. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Financials are accepted. And just 2 quick notes. One is, for planning purposes, this budget that you've got in front of you is based on a 3% COLA. That's what's in the state budget, which is what all state employees will get. That's what the county's doing. Have we heard yet, David, what the city's doing?
I did see an email on that, but I can't recall. Right.
And the county schools is doing 4%, but the county for sure is sticking with 3%. And we've got 3 in there. If anyone wants to get the figures on what more or less would cost, David can provide them. But for purposes right now, we had to pick a number. And like I said, we pretty much, that's what state government, with the General Assembly authorized state government for 2 years. And that appears roughly to be around where inflation's going to be, give or take. Who knows? I mean, right now, it's dropped below 3. It was at 3. But that appears to be about what cost living is at this point. And the other item is, next week, Steve and I are going to meet with Gary and David just to kind of go through where we're at in terms of just setting out the presentations and everything for the budget meeting. If anybody's got any thoughts, suggestions on how they want to do that, we'll go through it, kind of lay that out, make sure everybody's got everything they need. Then we'll send it out, let everybody look at it. If you want to make changes, fine, but kind of get everything lined up and kind of how we want to proceed. You've got a lot of supplemental information tonight that Steve, that Michelle has worked on, did a great job putting it together for your study, plus other information. So if you need more, like I said, like David said, if you want to get more involved in a particular area or you want more information on something, just feel free to ask whatever you need, and so everybody's got what they need when we hit that day. So, okay. Next item is turn over to Mr. Snyder. We got 2 public hearings. Sir?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This hearing will now come to order. My name is John Snyder, and I've been requested by the board to conduct this hearing. With me today are board members and staff of the Frankfurt Electric and Water Plant Board. We are here to receive comments regarding the following items. Number 1, increasing the rate for basic network pass-through fees, cable network pass-through fees. Number 2, increasing the rate for bulk cable 1 and bulk cable 2. Number 3, defining new next-band internet packages and rates and new add-on services. Number 4, establishing a next-band stream light package and fee. And number 5, updating Section 8 of the tariff. This public hearing was advertised in accordance with the regulations for public notification and appeared in the May 10/11/2025 edition of the State Journal newspaper. To conduct this hearing in an organized fashion, we've asked that anyone wishing to comment register via email with Kathy Poe or Kathy Lindsay, and you can just do that on our website. The hearing will be conducted informally and voluntarily by the Frankfurt Electric and Water Plant Board in order to accept comments on the above items. Both oral and written comments will be accepted. Any and all persons present who wish to make a statement will be afforded the opportunity to do so. If you have a written statement to accompany your oral presentation, a copy of that written statement should be presented to the board prior to your presentation. Oral presentation should be limited to no more than 3 minutes, and if necessary, I will interrupt and request the presentation be completed due to this time limit. I may ask questions of any person presenting oral comments where it is necessary to clarify the nature or substance of the comments. The board reserves the right to answer questions at a later date, and it is the job of the board to fairly consider various points of view and information. We want public input and involvement and hope you do not find our standard procedures to be restrictive. Additional oral and written comments will be accepted and considered if they are submitted no later than the end of business hours on Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. To submit a comment, please contact FPB at 352-4372 or on the website at www.fpb.cc. I'll start out with Harvey Couch, and he will give an explanation of the 5 items that are the subject of this hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Just quickly to just review the items. We're requesting an increase on our cable network pass-through fee, which is, of course, as it is every year, just an increase on the pass-through costs that FPB takes on to deliver the cable network. And similarly for bulk cable, those increase at the same rate. We're creating new next-band internet packages that we think will provide more value to our internet customers, and then also in the interest of creating more options for our customers, are going to create a new video package, an internet-delivered video package that we think will be appealing for those folks that are not interested in sports or local broadcast channels. And then finally, the tariff revisions regarding Cable 10 and giving us some flexibility for creating more local content that we think people will be interested in watching. So I'm happy to answer any questions. I don't believe anybody's registered, or I have not received any comments.
We have not received any comments? Okay. Thank you, Harvey. Do any board members have any questions? I know we talked about this the last meeting we had back in April, so that's it. Harvey, thank you.
If I could just point out, John, that the N1 increase we're doing is just a pass-through. We're not raising our fees. It's because of the programming that we buy.
But like
That's
it's
right.
always been, right?
We do that every year, and we break out the bill to show the part that stays.
And
out.
some of the new tiers actually give our customers a chance to save money, right?
Yep. Yeah, we'll get into more of that when we after next
Right.
month.
Right.
So remember, if any of the public who might be watching do want to comment, you can go to our website, www.fpb.cc, prior to our next meeting on Tuesday, June 17th, and we will accept written comments, and you can also phone in as well. Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you, sir.
We'll move to the next public hearing. Again, I am still John Snyder. I've been requested by the board to conduct the hearing. With me today are board members and staff of the FPWPB. We're here to receive comments this time regarding the following items: revising FPB's electric tariff for renewable energy credits, RECs. This public hearing was advertised in accordance with the regulations for public notification and also appeared in the May 10th, 11th, 2025 edition of the State Journal newspaper. The same procedural things that I spoke about for the cable hearing are going to hold over for here. We do not have anyone sign up for this one either, Kathy, okay? I will have Travis McCullough please provide some summary of the details. And again, if anybody is watching, the same comment procedures are in place. If you would like to make a comment anytime before the next meeting, June 17th, you can go to the website and do that. So Travis, if you take it away and give us a short explanation for anybody who might be watching at home.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I'll be very brief. So we've had a renewable energy certificate program in the tariff for some time. We modeled the program after other utilities that had, a similar type of program. We're asking the board to consider is revising the tariff to eliminate the two-tier structure for regs. So we have a residential and a commercial tier. $5 per block for residential, $13 for commercial. We're asking to consolidate that into just one tier. So everybody that wants to participate, it would be $5 per block, regardless of what type of customer you are. It just, the added complexity of two doesn't really make any sense. We can buy them for $5. It'll be a pass-through rate. Makes it easier for us, easier for the customer to understand. So that's kind of the gist of it.
Okay. All right. Pretty simple, pretty short and sweet, completely voluntary, of course, for anybody who wants to take advantage of it. Right. And like I said, for either one of these two issues, we will be accepting public comment, and we would appreciate any comment any members of the public might have. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Poe, did we have anybody signed up for public comment? Did we get any web comments or anything?
No customer web comments.
Okay. Moving on to number 5, I'd ask Gary, because there is a possibility of severe weather later tonight, that we're going to suspend normal departmental reports unless, Gary, you got anything that we need to discuss?
I don't, except all departments were busy in the construction and to take care of the things out of the storm and the new commercial, construction. So, but if you have any question in particular area, we're happy to answer it.
Okay.
Now we'll move on to number 6. Consider award a bid invitation 1823 metal poles to Brownstown Electric Supply in the amount of $84,826.65. Can get rid of that 65 cents, huh, buddy?
No, sir, they have to have it. Leanne is out tonight, so I'm covering for. This will be mostly used for electric, even though it is a stock item. So staff prepared a bid for 55-foot and 65-foot metal poles. These are standard inventory items that need to be replenished. The invitation was sent to 10 vendors. 2 responses were received, and after evaluating the bids, we recommend awarding to Brownstown Electric Supply. They were the lowest bidder and met the specifications. Happy to answer any
Questions
questions.
of Travis? Do we have a motion?
Question.
Oh, Catherine?
So there was a considerable difference in the 2 bids received, and are we familiar with the quality of the poles? I think one's like McWayne versus Rome.
That's correct, yes, and we're recommending the McWayne pole, which we have used quite a bit. They're different materials. The McWayne pole is a ductile iron. Rowan or steel poles, more traditional steel pole. Both are suitable for our needs, and like I said, we've had good experience with McWayne, so we're all satisfied with the quality. I think we're in good shape.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? If not, do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Contracts awarded. And Travis, I wanted to, for you and Gary, wanted to compliment y'all. Another utility here in the state is in front of the PSC. asking for a significant rate increase, and part of that rate increase is replacement of poles.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, in the storms like we've had, no pole's gonna stand up. But to compliment you and Gary, because you all started, and like I said, any bad storm can get you. But you all started this some time ago, you know, looking at the poles, determining what needed to be replaced, what was vulnerable. And we've had that, and we've built it into the rates, and you all have done a great job on it. So, I mean, you can only take so much wind, but still, you've been very proactive in the area, and just wanted to compliment you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I think it's paying dividends.
Yeah.
For sure.
Next item, 6.2, consider approval of amendment to AMI contract between Census and FPB. Travis.
Yes, sir. So this one is a little longer. I'll try and be brief. So we really embarked in the AMI project when we signed the contract with Census in 2020. We're, of course, as we've talked about quite a bit, getting near the end of our deployment. Now, if we expand water, that may be a different case. But in FPB terms, our deployment is nearing wrapping up. So there were several items kind of as we come to the end of that process that need to clean up. A few changes to the contract we'd like to present for consideration. The first one is the electric meters. So the original contract had electric meter models and prices associated with them. The vendor is retiring that line. The main reason they're doing so is that was a pre-COVID design with pre-COVID chipsets, and everybody probably remembers the chip shortage. So they had to retire that line. The new meter has new pricing. It does represent a price increase. There are some additional features to it too, but we think it's kind of in our best interest to go ahead and get on board with the new platform again. They're retiring the old, so we wanted to get on this new platform. They did agree to our original escalation of 2.14% per year. So, you know, you're probably not going to get that really anywhere else. So that was a good deal. And the other good news, we have enough meters to finish deployment. So the overall impact is going to be pretty small, even though each individual meter is going to be a price increase. The second one is the software fee, the SaaS fee. Again, this was, excuse me, this was in the original AMI contract going all the way back to 2020. Every year we would pay an annual fee for use of the software system. It's cloud hosted on their servers. We just kind of log in and use it. Again, that pricing was all agreed to in the contract. They just never billed us for it. So they came to us and asked for back pay for the 5 years. We countered them with, since you're late invoicing, can we prorate those annual charges? So if we're 10% deployed in 2021, we'll pay you 10% of that SaaS fee. They agreed to that. So, you know, nobody likes paying back bills, but we came out quite a bit ahead. It was, yeah, I think it was fair. They accepted our proposal well. It seemed reasonable to them too. So I think it's a good agreement on that one as well. PM fees, we're projecting we'll be a little past 11 months beyond when we thought we would be complete. We'd like to keep our project manager on board. We're paying them about $4,500 a month now. They agreed to reduce that fee to $2,200 a month. I think it is. It's in that amendment there. Basically cut it around in half. So we think it would be worth our while to go ahead and extend the PM fees for that extra 11 months at the reduced rate. Last one, network design. You know, we've had several conversations about expanding the AMI network, helping some of the adjacent water districts. This really, we just want to memorialize that in the contract that says, yes, this was FPB's original network area. There's a new network area. It kind of keeps everybody on the same page if there's ever a question down the road, like, hey, were we allowed to do this? Mm-hmm. That's why we wanted to memorialize the new network design in the contract. So they've seen it, we've seen it. Everybody knows there's potential we'll be using the census system in that area. So again, quite a few items there, but I think, you know, the vendor was very agreeable to working with us. I think came our way quite a bit. And I think this, you know, the amendment kind of represents our best interests going forward. So.
And generally, is all this, David, you've got built in for your planning purposes for the budget? And
Yes, sir.
okay. Any questions of Travis? And since when we're going with the new meters, there's no question going down the road as we have to start putting in the new meters to replace old meters that as far as compatibility or whatever, right?
We should be fine on compatibility. It has some new features. We've already started testing a little bit with the new meter. I think we're gonna be fine. It has the same kind of look and feel with a little extra
Okay.
bells and whistles, if you will.
Any questions? Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Contracts approved. Next item, 6.3, consider awarding low service building roof replacement to Pierce Blackburn Roofing in the amount of $39,740. Brandon.
The low service building roof is in need of replacement. Water's gotten underneath the membrane and the concrete decking, and is in need of a full replacement. Pearson Blackburn will
You might
replace.
want to tell them where that building's at.
A low service building is right on the river. It houses the 3 low service pumps. Pierce Blackburn will replace the roofing and provide 2-year workmanship and 20-year manufacturer's warranty. 3 contractors were contacted for quotes. 1 quote was received after meeting with 2 vendors. Pierce Blackburn being the only quote. Staff recommends awarding this contract to Pierce Blackburn Roofing. Pierce Blackburn has done work for us in the past. Roof repairs are included in this year's budget on page 29, line 215 for $125,000.
Any questions? So are we coming in, was that the 125 for more than one project?
Yeah, they're all, there are 5 roofs out there total, and there ended up being some warranty work, so we didn't have to spend the whole amount of money that we budgeted for, so.
Okay. Did we, just real quick before was there a lot of repairs we had to make on the water treatment after the water went down, the flooding?
No, there were no repairs. They
Okay.
just, had to put all the VFDs
Right.
and just put back what they raised up was,
Yeah.
was the only thing, so.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Those opposed? Contracts awarded. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item 6.4, consider approving an agreement with X to repairs and painting service at the Han Tank.
I believe that's going to end up being Sam Estes Painting.
Yes, and I
believe.
guess you all may have seen today some exciting videos from Charmista.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good stuff. Charmista, take it away.
So this is a follow-up to a previous agenda item. The board approved an agreement to perform a tank inspection and cleaning service on the interior and exterior of our Han tank, which is our 3 million gallon ground storage tank. So after the report, the tank's actually in excellent condition. There's no recommended interior repairs and no recommended exterior repairs to the walls. However, the roof coating is starting to fail. It's basically because it's under the sun. So and then there's the bug holes, which are basically they're surface voids, really. They call them bug holes. They're just little, like dime size. Most of them are just dime size little holes in the roof. So the inspector is recommending an epoxy-based product to fix up, several of those bug holes, and also a recoat. So this $12,100 to Sam Estes Painting is to perform those repairs, fill those surface voids in, and to recoat the roof. And so we've reached out to 4 contractors, received 3 quotes. We're recommending going with the lowest quote, which is Sam Estes Painting. And the inspector that performed the tank inspection, he's worked with this group before. He says they do good work and recommends supporting to them. And happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Charmista? No? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Contracts awarded. Thank you. And Gary, let me ask you what I'm thinking. I don't think it applies so much to Charmista's area, but Travis and Adam. Does cicadas cause us any problem? Connections, wiring, transformers, anything?
I'm not really sure. Travis, you see, I didn't.
Notice anything, no.
Because this is the year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're out there.
Yeah. And they're here for what, 4 to 6 weeks?
I think that's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Quite-
anyway, I was just curious.
Thank you.
Number 7, Gary, any comments?
No, thank you.
Number 8, I shared with you all maybe 2 weeks or so ago, the mayor had contacted me, and April and Charmista worked on, we've had a lot of people that, after the flooding, had some issues, clean up and so forth. April coordinated with the city sewer department and with FEMA, and other information. I think everybody saw that memo, and she's worked with the sewer department. They're dealing with it on a case by case. So if everyone's okay with that, we don't have to take any formal action unless anybody had any concerns, but it was a memo that April had put together. I shared that with the mayor. So I think they're doing a good job kind of just working through it as things come up. So if that's okay with everybody, Gary, just let April know that's the board was okay to proceed there, if that's okay. Next item is 8.1, revision of question 13 on financial disclosure form. Hans, they're going to get all of our vast holdings of property, so you want to tell them what happened?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. The Ethics Committee met last week to review the financial disclosure forms and found everything acceptable. Mr. Reeder made a suggestion with respect to one question to require a listing of all real property that's owned by the person completing the form. Right now, it's just limited to real property within the county. And he said that he thought the form was well written as it is, but thought that you could better capture potential unknown conflicts by expanding that question. So if the board so chooses to ask for a motion to revise question 13 to include a listing of all real property owned by the person completing the form, and to accept the Ethics Committee minutes into the record.
Was it aimed pretty much at Steve Mason? Is that where you think it was coming from?
I'm not sure who all we were trying to catch in
Yeah.
that. You can always file an addendum if you have more, and file extra sheets if you need to.
But no, I think it's a good recommendation. I mean, because the vendors we deal with don't operate just only in Franklin County. So I mean, this is looking for any conflicts that if any of us or anybody in the management own property somewhere, and that vendor, I mean, I think it was a good catch. And
Good,
so
sure.
if everybody's okay with it, then I guess next year's form will have this expanded question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any questions or?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Thor, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes and also approve the change in the question regarding the ownership of real property.
Second. We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Thank you.
And item 8 is adopted. The next is Mr. Snyder.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to request permission to call a closed session pursuant to KRS 61-810-1C, discuss pending or proposed litigation regarding contract matter, insurance matter, administrative agency matter, declaratory judgment regarding property, and an MDL matter. KRS 61-810-1B for deliberation on the future acquisition of a specific piece of real property, since publicity would likely affect its value, and as well as 61-810-1N to select a successful bidder for the award of a local contract.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We're going into closed session. Hence, who all needs?
I would make a motion to come out of closed session.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor of coming out of closed session, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we're out of closed session. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Or do we?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to report that no board action is necessary from the discussions that occurred in closed session. And then I would make a motion that we adjourn.
We have a motion, that we have no action to take and to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We're adjourned. Everybody drive safe. Thank you all.